Yeah.
Obviously, there was a disappointment of Monday, and since then, Harry Maguire's got an additional ban. What was your reaction to that, and what was his reaction to it?
To be honest, there's not much we can react to. Massively disappointed, of course. I think had a few reasons to be disappointed in a big way over them type of situations over the last couple of weeks or 3 weeks. But we obviously now we've got to move on. You know, the decisions to be made, something that we're really disappointed with in many ways. But that's it now. We've got to move on, and we will do.
With Lissandro, there was talk of an appeal over that decision. Did that go in, and have you heard anything back?
Yeah, I think we're obviously disappointed. We didn't agree with it. I think I was pretty obvious how I felt after the game, and I still feel that way. So, yeah, listen, I don't want to go into it now. I think it is what it is. You know, we've been hit with some decisions, and at the end of the day, now we've just got to accept it and move on, whether we like them or not.
He's not going to be available. There's no chance he can play tomorrow.
And Michael, just touching on team news, is Kobbie mainly back in training, and are you expecting anyone else like Patrick Dorgu? Is he back with team training yet?
Patrick's not. No, Patrick's he's going well. He's rehabbing well. He's kind of on track, but he's not with us in terms of training yet. But he's back on the pitch, as I've already said. So that's positive, and he's doing really well. Kobbie a little bit. Yeah, we're working towards it. He's done a little bit, so there's a decision to be made there.
Just wanted to ask you about Aidan Heaven as well, Michael. With he's probably the most logical person to come into the team, whether you do or not. Just wonder, you had a run of games before you returned to the club, starting. Not seen all that much of him since. Just wonder what you think he maybe needs to do to really contest for those starting positions, and where you want to see him develop in the future.
I think Aidan's in a good place. Well, I know he's in a good place. He's obviously still young, and he's progressing through the early stage of his career, really. So I think it's pretty natural for him to play some games and maybe not some others. He's training really well. He's learning. He's listening. He wants to improve. So I think it's pretty natural of a centre half of his age to. He's probably well ahead of schedule in terms of the games that he's played. So. Yeah, he's trained well. I've got no worries. He went away and played with England a couple of weeks ago and done well. So yeah, he's looking forward to the game for sure.
Yeah, Michael, obviously, absolutely huge game against Chelsea, being a rival for the Champions League places. The record at Stamford Bridge has not been great down the years either. I guess that doesn't count for much. So heading into Saturday, it's an absolutely crucial match, isn't it? Whichever way you look at it. Yeah,
it's an important game. We're in a good position in the league, and we want to keep building on that. It's a tough place to go, always has done. We've always had tough games down there. Most of the time they've been good games in terms of the what it brings, the feeling of a real proper game. So we'll be ready for that. We're prepared well, and as I said, we take the confidence from what we've built. We didn't get the result we wanted against Leeds on Monday, but certainly the way they finished the game and the character we showed, and we got to take that into this game with an extra player and make the most of it.
I know you've got a decision to make at centre back, and there's different options for you, but just longer term, Lenny Yoro and Aidan Heaven, could that be the future of Manchester United's backline?
Yeah, well, in terms of predicting the future, I think it's you could be careful what you try and predict, but certainly we're delighted to have both of them, and the age that they're at to have played in the Premier League for such a big club is not always the case. I think it's a position that to be in the team at a young age at a big club it's not always easy. It's not always straightforward. So for the two boys to have played that, they have different amounts at different times, but I think the experience and the level and the stage that they're at now, they're at a really good stage, and the future is the future. They need to keep progressing, and we'll give them the opportunity to do that, whether that's through training off the pitch and the coaching side and the help and the advice, and certainly the game time as well. So I think they're both in a really good place at the moment. It's probably as well as you can hope for centre backs at the age that they're at.
Michael, I realise analysis of situations is shaped by results, but there's been a lot of talk about
substitutions in the wake of Monday. What is the thought process? Because a lot of people thought maybe there should have been a change at half time or earlier or more. What is the thought process?
There's always people that think some other things, Simon. there's always other opinions. There's a lot comes into substitutions. I think we've had good impact off the bench, really, when you look back over the time we've been here, and in different ways, players coming on scoring goals. So don't look into it too much. I think we obviously analyse what we take from each game, but in terms of the number of subs and when they're made and comparing it to other teams, it's kind of irrelevant, really. It's results, and generally we've had good results.
And you mentioned a couple of times about Mason Mount. It seemed